all of us were together, and there was a cake, a wedding cake by our section, but it was a small wedding cake. I just assumed that there was a wedding cake for each section in the back. So after a few hours, they haven't cut their wedding cake yet. And after a few hours, Steve said he was going to leave, and I said, "Oh, wait, maybe I'd had a cocktail. I don't know." So I said, "Oh, Steve, you can't leave." I had a fork in my hand. "You can't leave yet without a piece of wedding cake." And I cut the wedding cake one side, cut it the other, and then all the people in our group screamed, "Marty!" It was the wedding cake.
So this wasn't just.
And you see, I tried to fix it with a fork. I tried to.
Yeah, that's not good.
So this was bad. This was about an hour before it was to be presented.
Oh.
And so I turned to Paul Rudd and said, "So do we just leave?" And then they called the wedding coordinator, and then the chef came out. He was like a Frank guy. "What the hell happened here?"
Yeah, really.
And then they did surgery, but it ended up being very like a Hollywood wedding cake in that it was beautiful, but now it had a little work done.
It did have some work done.
Incredible businesswoman and comedian and singer who is just a total delight. And we're going to talk about a lot of fun things today. We're going to talk about her incredible business and her success as the founder of Rare Beauty. We're going to talk about Only Murders in the Building and working with legends and being one herself. We're going to talk about Tejano music, her favorite kind, and music that she listened to growing up. And we're going to get to know her grandmother's favorite recipe. All of that and more in this episode. But, we always have guests tell us about our guest. We always talk well behind our guests' back and have someone special to talk about them. And today we have, one of my comedy legends, a person who came on an early episode of this show and who a lot of people don't know has totaled my car 3 times. Martin Short. Thank you for coming back. I was just thinking.
Hey, by the way, I loved our show.
Me too. It was such a hit.
Nothing was funnier than when you called me a motherfucker.
Where are you?
I'm in Toronto.
Oh, fantastic. I think I told you I went to Canada a lot in the summers and it was always cold, but is it warm there right now?
It got insanely hot because we're spiraling toward the sun, as you know.
Yeah.
And it got very hot and very humid. No, the lake got to be 81. I know you don't believe it.
That's good.
And I know you'd still call that a cold plunge, but not for Canadians.
Have you cold plunged since we talked?
No, ma'am.
Oh, well, I can tell.
You can tell by the skin?
I can tell by your disposition. Very fiery.
Yeah. You know what? By the way, fuck off, okay?
We're going to talk to Selena today, who I don't think I've ever really met. And
really, she's absolutely lovely.
I know. And I want to tell her, this part of the show is like talking well behind somebody's back.
Who are you talking to about her?
You.
Like you're talking.
I'm talking.
Oh, just me?
Yeah, you're the person I'm talking to.
Do you
think this was just me calling you?
You have to let me know when we're recording, because if we're recording, I'll answer.
We're recording right now.
What? Okay.
I'm glad I'm talking to you about Selena because I remember when we were together, I said, "Oh, what's it like working with her?" And you were like, "She's great." Like you said, she's just a doll. And I remember thinking, "Oh, it's so good to hear," because that's the vibe I got from her and wanted it so much to be true. But I do feel like you can tell a lot about somebody by how they work.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is about Selena is that she is just an old pro. I had never met her the first day we shot, and we had Zoomed, and it was because of COVID. You just have to Zoom all the time. And as I'm driving there, I'm thinking, what is Selena Gomez going to be like? What if she's a nightmare? What if she's mean to people? Is kind of rude. I knew if she was late, 40 minutes late every day, Steve would say, "Very good, one season. I don't care how big a success I'm not doing it."
Yeah.
And so right away, I met her in the makeup room and she smiled at me and I went, "Ah, we're fine.
Yeah.
And she's just been a doll. We've really, really become very, very close. I just adore her. I'm so happy that she's getting married to this fabulous guy, Benny Blanco, who's just one of the great, cool guys and funny and loose. And she adores him. And I don't know. I'm just thrilled for her happiness, and I'm thrilled to get to work with her every day.
Yeah. Well, I bet I know that she gets asked a lot what it's like what she's learned from working with you and Steve. But what have you learned from working with her?
Uh, I knew everything.
Yeah, it looks like
That
nothing. Looks like you've stopped learning.
I learned you can order an egg with caviar on it and not be ashamed.
It's
That's what I
important.
learned.
Caviar egg. You never gave yourself permission to do that before.
I didn't, and I don't know what I was waiting for. First of all, I don't like caviar, but secondly,
Yeah.
it was just, I'm me, and that's the name of my new book.
I'm me, colon, I deserve this.
The actual working title is I Is Me. I did a special once called I, Martin Short, Goes Hollywood. A little bit of bad grammar is the funniest thing in the world. Nothing funny.
So funny. Now, do you have to have extra security because you work with Selena, on set and stuff? Because you guys shoot in New York a lot, which is not fun.
Yeah. She has a security person. We have a security person. But what's amazing is if we shoot on the street,
Yeah.
which is not often, but certainly happens a lot. That doesn't make any sense. Not often, but happens a lot. Anyway, if Steve and I are working and doing a scene, there might be nine guys there kind of disinterested for about 40 minutes, and then they walk away. And you never, ever see those pictures. When Selena joins us, there's about 120 paparazzi, and they're there all day.
Oy.
And I'm sure they're just waiting for her to fall or stumble or something mean, that would therefore they could, make more money from it. So she's that's been her life. I don't think, and she does have security on the streets. We all do, but she is so lovely with them, and they've been in her life for so long. And the only time I ever saw her get a little stern is when they were a little abrupt to this 14-year-old fan of hers, and she said, "Never do that."
Yeah.
No, you can't fault her.
Yeah.
You really can't say, "Okay, I'll tell you what's really bad about it." You can't. There's no way to.
And the other thing I do want to talk to her about today is, she's the founder of a hugely successful business, and just because we've all grown up with her, I think people think she's younger than she is. She's a 33-year-old woman running a $1 billion business.
We once compared each other's net worth. And I told her what my net worth was, and she went, "Oh, that's so cute."
Yeah.
That's just adorable.
You guys both wrote it on a piece of paper and just slipped it to each other?
I went like this. Wow. And she went like this. You know what? It's amazing. I've never seen her. She has literally 490 million Instagram followers. I've never seen her overrun by it all, collapsing from the pressure of it all. And so a question for her might be, is it ever overwhelming and too much? I also think another thing to ask her about her music. She's this massively successful singer-songwriter, and but I don't think I ever asked her in detail enough her real early influences and what was the first song that she fell in love with.
I love that. On set, is there singing?
When Jane Lynch was on, there's always singing.
Yeah.
Steve sometimes will bring his banjo. You know what I say about the banjo? The banjo makes people who play the jug say, "Really?" But anyway, but no, there's not a lot of singing. There's a lot of gossip. It doesn't have to be true.
Yeah, just make it up.
You know what I heard?
Okay, I'm going to ask her about her early musical influences. That's a good
Yeah.
question, I think.
Mhm.
And I do want to talk to her about her successful business because I do think that, not to get too heavy, Marty, but in our patriarchal society, I think we like totally, we don't treat female run businesses, especially by young women, especially in the beauty space, as a serious business, and it is crushing
Let me
everything
tell
else.
you something. When I look at not only what Selena's done, but what you've done and what Tina's done, I find myself very proud of you ladies.
Well, that seems weird and patronizing. Proud of us.
I am proud
Why,
because
what are you, my dad?
no, I just feel like, because you could just be saying, you want cream in that coffee, but you're not.
This
You're
doesn't feel good.
I'm trying to be as kind
I know.
as a condescending guy can be.
I love you so much. Thank
Hey,
you for
I
doing
remember
this.
gossip, but I will repeat it when we're off.
Oh.
It's from the SNL 50th. Dun, 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 dun,
Dun,
dun.
dun.
Yeah.
Oh God, I can't wait. My phone is standing by. Send
Actually,
me the
why
hot
don't you
goss.
phone? You have my cell.
Yeah, you have
Phone me
mine.
because it's what? And I have
Call
yours.
you? I don't like to
I'll phone you
talk
right
on
now.
the phone. Can you just text it to me?
No. It's too long.
Oh my God.
Kids, what is wrong with the phone
I
with you
don't
kids?
like talking on the phone. A phone call
First
feels.
of all, this isn't going to be the length of Shoah. It was a brief little story.
To me, a phone call is bad news. Like, why am I on the phone?
No. But is this, and I, again, oh my God, I so don't mean this condescendingly negatively. But is your thing about the phone because you really don't like it or because you read Cher doesn't like the phone?
Well, you know that I try to not like anything that Cher doesn't like.
I know.
You know how I do.
I know.
I would, just snap me. Just Snapchat me.
Okay, I'm not, you know what? This is too boring. I'm not giving you this information.
Shit.
I can't.
Shit.
Your
Okay.
generation-
I'm calling you. I'm calling you right now. Okay. Hanging up so I can
Bye.
get this.
Bye.
Okay. Love